What's up, YouTube? Alright, so excuse the mess, but my wife and I got ourselves two different strollers because we could not decide on which one to get. So this one we have right here, this is the Nuna Mixx, and this is actually the one we are going to be returning, and I will go over everything on why we are deciding to actually keep it. That is the Uppababy Vista. But before I get into kind of all the pros and cons of the Nuna Mixx, I'm going to preface this with saying I have a 4-month-old baby, so this is kind of coming from that perspective and that age range right now. I'm sure if you had maybe a toddler or something, this might be a little bit different. But let's just start off with the pros, because I actually do like this stroller. It just has some very big cons. The biggest one would be, I think, for pros, is just how freaking easy it is to wheel around and how portable it is. So when it's, sorry, you guys probably can't even see that. So when it's down like that, you can actually just grab it and you can just wheel this thing around. I know it's kind of a weird angle, but hey. And then also, what is sweet is when you wanna do it up, you just pull this thing and it literally just unfolds, and then pop this up and you got yourself a stroller. It's also pretty dang good looking too. On top of it being super good looking, it has awesome sunshade. Look at this thing. It zips all the way around and pops all the way down. Like, look how freaking sweet that is. And it has ventilation here and ventilation on the back, so their back doesn't get all sweaty. And something that a lot of strollers don't have. See that right there? These back wheels. We got suspension, baby. Look at that. I don't know. Now, and we also have a little peekaboo window. Most strollers have that now, though. And the materials are just nice. Like, the whole thing is just a nice fabric. Nice, just camel leather. I don't know what you call this. This, like, matte black looks really, really nice. Now we'll get to the cons, which has to do with everything in this area. These things, their straps are so dumb. Like, literally, I don't know who designed this, but Nuna, if you're listening, you should fire your engineer. Number one, they're like just stuck on here. Like, you can't take these off if you needed to wash them or anything. Baby spits up on it, whatever it is. These are stuck. You'd have to actually cut this and re-sew it on. Two, you see these like buttons? Okay, and to like tighten this down, you have to basically undo the buttons. And then you know those buttons that you're trying to do, and like it's doing it right now where it won't button up because this strap gets in the way of the button just a little bit where you can't snap it down. And so if you have a kid in here and you're trying to readjust this, you either have to undo all those buttons, and then it like doesn't want to pull tight. And then the other item I have an issue with is if you look at the way this seat is shaped. Do you notice how it's just it's just a little U. It's just curved. It's not like an actual bucket that they go in. It, like, the whole time that my kid was in here, if he was up at all, if he wasn't laid all the way back, he was just literally being held up by the little crotch strap. Like, they don't sit back in the stroller. They're literally being held up by this buckle because the stroller just makes it so they want to slide out. So they end up like hunching over. I don't know. I just feel like if you have a little kid in there, their pelvic's their pelvis is going to be all messed up. The other thing that is just stupid about this thing is their buckle system. So you have to pick this up. Then you have to take this other one while you have a kid in there. Stick this through. Okay? And you literally have to hold these like this. And then you get the buckle. And then you have to click that in. And that goes for each side. It's just a complicated, stupid process that I just feel like it should just be a buckle and you just pop it in. Instead, you got like 3 moving parts you got to coordinate. But basically, the main reason that my wife and I are returning, we can look past the weird buckles. We can look past, I guess, this. Like, we can just get it to the right settings before we put them in. But when he's in here, he's constantly sliding down. He didn't like it. He was crying. It wasn't comfortable for him. And I think, I don't know, what are these? $750, $800 with tax or something. You should absolutely love a stroller that's that much money. So let's go over to the Uppababy Vista. So this one, pros and cons. And like I said, full disclaimer, we're actually keeping this one. We're returning the other one. This one, all the cons are basically all the pros for that one, which is funny. And then all the pros for this one are the cons for that one. So how this thing folds up, it's nice how it is, but it does stink that, like, if you want to pick this thing up and carry it, you either have to like wheel it around by this thing, which there's not like an actual handle. So that's annoying. And then like there's not really a handle like pick it up from. You just kind of have to like awkwardly pick it up and hope you don't pinch your fingers and like the hinges. And then also to get this thing like unfolded is also kind of annoying. So it has this same type of thing, but it like gets like, it's a lot harder to get it to pop. And then once it is popped, it like doesn't want to unfold. But here we go. Now, this one can turn into a double. So that's kind of, oh, the sun's coming in. So this one can turn into a double. You'd have to buy adapters for it, but you can have 2 kids in this stroller, which is sweet. That's definitely a pro. The materials and stuff are nice, but they're nowhere nice as that one. Like, this is mesh and stuff, but like even the bottom basket on this one was mesh. This one's just like a synthetic, or like that's like a nice fabric. This one's just a synthetic. This one has a way bigger peekaboo window though. That's pretty sweet. And it does have like a leather handle. Nowhere near as nice as that one. That one's the camel. They both the seats can swap around, but the Nuna is way easier. This one's not like bad. You push both of these buttons and it'll pop out. And also like that matte black just looks sweet. This kind of like almost looks cheap compared to that. Like this weird metallic aluminum looking stuff. The sunshade also doesn't look, I mean, it's nice. It's not bad. It doesn't look like that one though, you know? Now the pros. Now let's see if we can even just compare these 2 bad boys. Look at those seats. Do you see this seat? Do you see how it is just rounded? Do you see that one? I know it's dark. Do you see how it just cuts in and then goes up like a normal chair would? And this one just kind of slopes up. Your kid could legit just sit in this and they would be stuck. And then also, their straps, just so much more simple. Like, look at that. Look at that. And literally, it's a buckle. It's a buckle. It's a buckle that just clips in. That's exactly how it should be. You shouldn't have moving parts. You should just have a buckle that just pops in, and when you want to unbuckle it, you push the button and you get them out. This one doesn't have a mesh, like whatever you want to call it, summer seat. So it doesn't breathe as well as that one. But in all honesty, my kid's head like literally goes like right here. So it's not even getting most of his back. And I mean, as far as it goes, if our kid, he sleeps in this one better, he has a better time. It might be more work for us to move around. Uppababy, if you're listening, you should make this fold down better, or at least when you fold it, just make it so there's like a handle somewhere where, like, I mean, just down here, you know, down by this little doodad, you know, pop a little handle like under here, make this more sturdy, and that way, you know, everything would be cooled out. Maybe give this a nice paint job, a matte black, and you'll be Gucci. You know, this will be a high-end stroller. This one also, this is an important note, came with this thing. So it comes with a bassinet, and I've heard of people actually just using this as their bassinet. But so if you do have a newborn, you can use this. Both of these actually fold like all the way down. So I mean, if you're not comfortable with that, depending where your kid's at, but both of them fold like basically like laying on their backs. But that is cool. And then it even comes with this thing. So this is in the winter. This like zips on top, and then, you know, the baby's head would be in there. So they're covered from the cold. Kind of nice that, you know, that one, the Uppababy is, I think, $9.50 or something. But once again, it's kind of in a different price range because it can be a double, comes with a bassinet. They also include, like, this is all the stuff. They also include like a rain guard. They include 2 bug nets, so when you get the second, you know, well, I guess one for the bassinet, one for the other one, but when you have 2 kids, you can actually use both of them. The Nuna literally came with nothing else. Like, if you want an extra sunshade, rain guard, any of that stuff, you gotta buy it. Hope this video was helpful to some of you parents out there on deciding which one of these you like. If there are any other strollers that you all have found that you have loved, post it in the comments, like, subscribe.